It was a moment that instantly exploded across social media and cable news. Representative Jasmine Crockett, never one to hold back, unleashed a fiery takedown of Donald Trump during a live television segment that left viewers stunned and Trump visibly rattled. In a bold and passionate defense of truth and justice, Crockett exposed what she called a mountain of criminal behavior tied to Trump's past and present, making it one of the most unforgettable TV showdowns of the year. The setting was tense from the start. Crockett was a guest on a primetime news panel, and the topic of discussion inevitably turned to Trump's legal troubles. As other panelists danced around the issues, Crockett dove straight in. "Let's be real," she began, looking directly into the camera. "We are talking about a man who has repeatedly shown contempt for the law, for the Constitution, and for the American people." Her voice was calm but firm, her tone measured yet filled with urgency. What followed was a detailed, unapologetic list of Trump's alleged crimes, both the ones in court and the ones still being investigated. No spin, no sugarcoating, just raw facts delivered with the intensity of someone who'd had enough. Trump, who reportedly had been watching the broadcast from one of his private residences, did not take it well. Sources say he immediately began shouting at the screen, furious at the level of detail Crockett brought forward. She talked about everything from classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago to hush money payments and interference in Georgia's election. "This isn't political theater," Crockett said on air. "This is about protecting our democracy from a man who believes he's above the law." The moment quickly went viral. Clips of Crockett's takedown were shared by millions on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Supporters praised her courage and clarity, calling it the speech America needed. Opponents tried to discredit her, but the damage was already done. Crockett had not only told the truth, she had done it with undeniable force and conviction. What made the moment so powerful wasn't just the facts, it was the way Crockett connected them to the bigger picture. She reminded viewers that Trump's alleged crimes weren't isolated incidents, but part of a pattern that spanned decades. This is a man who has used power to intimidate, to silence, and to profit, always at the expense of the people he claims to represent, she said. Whether it was his fraudulent foundation, his corrupt university, or his abuse of the presidency, Donald Trump has left behind a trail of destruction. She didn't stop there. Crockett went on to call out the enablers, the politicians, media figures, and even members of the justice system who have allowed Trump to dodge accountability. "Every time we let him off the hook, we send a message that corruption is okay if you're rich enough, loud enough, or famous enough," she said, "and I'm here to say no more." Trump's response, as expected, was furious and immediate. He took to Truth Social in a flurry of all-caps posts, attacking Crockett personally and calling her a disgrace. But many saw it for what it was, panic. Trump, long used to dominating the media landscape, had been outmaneuvered by a younger, sharper voice who wasn't afraid to say the things others wouldn't. In the days that followed, the clip continued to dominate headlines. Political analysts weighed in, many noting that Crockett's approach represented a new wave of Democratic leadership, one that wasn't afraid to fight fire with fire. She didn't just hit back, one commentator said. She exposed the entire playbook. From morning shows to late-night comedy, the moment became a cultural flashpoint, sparking debates about accountability, leadership, and the role of truth in public discourse. Behind the scenes, insiders say Trump's team scrambled to manage the fallout. Advisors reportedly urged him to ignore Crockett and move on. But Trump couldn't resist. The more he posted about her, the more attention she got and the more support she gained. Some even speculated that Trump's erratic reaction to the segment might hurt him in the courtroom, where he's already facing multiple indictments and mounting legal pressure. Meanwhile, Crockett remained unfazed. In interviews following the viral moment, she doubled down on her message. "This isn't about me versus Trump," she said. This is about right versus wrong. And if we can't call out criminal behavior because someone's powerful or wealthy, then what kind of country are we really living in? The impact of her words went far beyond the initial broadcast. Activists and watchdog groups used the momentum to amplify calls for further investigation into Trump's actions. Voter advocacy organizations praised Crockett for energizing young voters, particularly women and people of color, who often feel disconnected from the political process. She spoke for all of us, one fan wrote on Instagram. She said, "What we've been yelling at our screens for years." Of course, the backlash was real too. Far-right commentators accused Crockett of grandstanding, and Trump loyalists launched smear campaigns against her. But Crockett didn't back down. She continued to speak out, challenging the double standards and defending her right to call out injustice, no matter how high up it goes. It wasn't just a viral moment, it was a cultural shift. In an age where misinformation often drowns out the truth, Jasmine Crockett stood her ground and reminded the country that facts still matter, that courage still matters, and that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. As Trump deals with the legal and political fallout of his alleged actions, Crockett's words continue to echo. They're being replayed in campaign ads, discussed in classrooms, and quoted in op-eds. The legacy of that moment isn't just that Trump panicked, it's that someone had the guts to stand up and speak the truth, live on national TV with millions watching. Whether or not it changes the outcome of any court case, one thing is certain, that speech changed the game. And Trump knew it the moment she started talking.